If PostScript describes pages and PDF describes documents, then JDF, or Job Definition Format, describes entire projects. So let's take a look here in the Advanced menu of Acrobat 8 Professional under Print Production, JDF Job Options to learn how to automate the print production process of submitting your designs to your print service provider. We're going to create a new JDF for a publication such as a book, a magazine, or a newsletter that always has the same attributes such as a front cover, a back cover, a certain number of interior pages, and so on, and we're going to speed up the process. We'll start by clicking the New button. Now we're going to give the JDF file a name. I'll just call it Newsletter. And I could click Create, or I could save myself a step by clicking Create and Edit. At this point, we should name the project. So instead of Product, we'll call it Newsletter. You can give the project a job ID and a part number if you want. You can also determine how many copies are going to be printed. We'll say 2,500. We also know that this project does have a cover, and in fact it has a front and a back cover. We're not sure quite where we're going to submit this project yet, so we'll leave that unspecified. You could also use the description field to write a description for your product. We also want to make sure we have some customer information so we know who the customer is and where the project's going. So we'll click over into this second tab that would allow you to enter information such as a billing code, customer ID, job number, and order number. Now let's just add one customer in this case. I'll choose one of the contacts that I've already entered, assign that contact as a customer, and click OK. Now on the left hand side here we see that we have a front cover and a back cover. Well, we need one more thing, such as the interior. So I'll add another section by clicking this button in the bottom left corner. And now I have my interior page section. So we have the logic of our three sections, but now we need to actually assign which documents map to those different sections of the publication. So I'll choose front cover. Under Media, I'll specify this as cover or coded stock, one of the options that I've already set up under the Media Manager. And now I'll click Add a File. And here I'll click Choose to choose the InDesign file that I want to use for the front cover. There's the InDesign document, and I just click Open. So we see that we have the newsletter with a front cover and that document assigned. Now let's choose the interior of the book, and we will specify that that is going to go on uncoded stock that we're using for the interior of the book. We're going to print this double-sided, head-to-head, and now we'll actually add the interior book document. So we'll choose the body document there, and we're almost done. Again, on the back cover, we'll choose that this is cover or coded stock in this case, and we'll assign the last file. So here I've chosen my back cover document and click Open. So it looks like I've got everything squared away. Now I'll just click OK. So now I have everything set up. The last thing I need to do is choose how I'm going to submit this job. So I'll click the Submission Manager button to set up a new submission option. I'll click Add, and first I need to name the submission setup. Now I'll choose the default PDF conversion settings. In this case, I want Acrobat 8 to automatically convert my InDesign documents to PDF X1A documents. I also want Acrobat to verify that the PDF files are consistent with the job definition format. And before it's all done, I also want Acrobat to validate my PDF files against a certain pre-flight profile. So I'll choose PDF X1A. That way I'm guaranteed that I'm not just calling my PDF files X1A, I'm also validating them. So by using JDF in Acrobat 8 Professional, I'm really streamlining the process of PDF creation, PDF validation, and submitting the entire project to my print service provider. Your print service provider may have an address of a JMF device they want you to use, or you could submit it to a specific folder. In this case, I'm going to choose the folder at submission time. When I'm done, I'll click OK. So I have that submission protocol set up. I'll click OK, and the last thing we need to do is just click Submit and watch Acrobat save us a ton of time. So I'm going to choose the location according to this profile. In this case, it's just going to be a folder on my desktop. I'll click Choose and press Start. At this time, Acrobat 8 Professional and InDesign CS3 are working together to automatically convert my InDesign layouts, including my cover, my interior body pages, and my back cover, into PDF files. So you see here that process is complete. Now I'll click Continue. At this point, Acrobat is going to validate all of my PDF files. The first one is done. It confirms there are no problems found. Now it's going to do the interior pages. Again, no problems found. This is just going so swimmingly. I'll click OK. It checks the back cover. Everything's good to go, and I click OK one more time. At this point, Acrobat tells me that the job of the newsletter has been submitted using the newsletter setup, and everything was successful. Let's click OK and go back to my desktop just to see what we got. In this case here, you see that the JDF has been created. There's also a folder with the PDF files all ready to go to the print service provider. At this point, I could email them or upload them to an FTP server, and my print service provider would have everything they need in one nice, convenient package. This is much easier than multiple emails, phone calls, voicemails, Post-it notes, and so on. Those are the ways you normally submit this information. And in the future, I can continue to use this JDF file as a template to streamline the process.